Welcome back to Lift on Aspen 82. Very excited to be joined by an actor performing in the one-man show Buyer and Cellar coming up this month. Jeffrey Correia. Jeff, how are you? Good to see you.
Good to see you. Thanks for having me.
How's your summer
Good
going?
morning.
It's going great. I
Do
mean,
you like being in Aspen in the summer?
Oh yeah, you kidding me? It's the best place in the world.
You don't miss the heat and humidity of New York City?
No, I do not. It's beautiful today as well, so I'm probably gonna go hiking a little bit and stuff. It's amazing here.
That's a good day.
Gearing up
Yeah.
for the show. Yeah, exactly. Getting fit for the show.
Talk
Exactly.
about this show. How did you get involved, and why did you guys want to bring it here to Aspen?
Sure. So Buyer and Cellar is about Alex Moore, who's kind of an actor in LA who's having a little bit of a rough time and gets a job working in Barbra Streisand's basement mall, which is a real place. Alex is not a real character, but it's a real place. And it's kind of about the price of fame and about fighting for what you believe in and what actually matters in life. I got started with this in March in auditions in New York. And Paige knows Jonathan Tollins, who's the playwright.
Gotcha.
Paige is the artistic director of Theatre Aspen. And really wanted to do the play here. It's been a big hit around the country. Michael Urie's doing it again right now near Chicago.
So cool.
So yeah, that's how I got started with
Wait,
it.
so Barbra Streisand's
Yeah.
basement
Yeah,
mall
tell
is
us
a
more
real
about
place?
Tell
It's
us
a
more
real
about
place.
that. Yeah.
There's a coffee book that she wrote called My Passion for Design, which is all about how she put together her enormous Malibu sprawling estate. And it's the weirdest, most absurd book you've ever read in your life. And she built a mall in her basement to kind of hold all of her stuff. Instead of having a regular basement where you just kind of store things, she built like a doll shop to keep all of her antique dolls, and a dress shop where she keeps all of her antique dresses and stuff. And the play is about a guy who gets a job basically working down there just for her, because
That's
no one
crazy
else
that
comes.
it actually exists.
Yeah,
Sounds a
Pretty
little
amazing.
creepy. I love it.
you can find a copy of the book. It's quite an
And
interesting
talk
read.
to us too about how you prepare for a role like this. I mean, it's a one-man show. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, it's
How do you ramp up for it?
it's terrifying.
I can imagine.
But it's also really great. I mean, I started working on this in March. It took me about two and a half months to kind of learn all my lines, get off book and stuff before I actually came. We had a week of rehearsals here in Aspen, which is not a lot of time. So I kind of had to come basically full stop,
Ready,
which was a unique experience. Usually you come in and have rehearsals and stuff, but this was sort of, guns blazing, let's go for it,
And what is it like playing here? Well, obviously it opens next week, but
We actually
how
opened
do you-
last week, but we had a week off this week.
That's right, and
yeah.
then many shows next week. So if you missed it last week, you've got many more opportunities this next week
Yes.
coming up. What does it feel like to play in such a small theater? And it's such a difference from the big city and where you're normally based.
Yeah, I mean, I've been here twice before. I was here in 2011. I did Becky's New Car with my mom.
That was so good.
You had a good time with that one?
Yes,
It's a cool play.
yes.
And then I did Avenue Q in 2012 as well. I love this theater. It's really intimate. The audiences here are so wonderful and so enthusiastic and supportive of the theater. And this play is really intimate too, even though it takes place in this kind of sprawling estate most of the time. It actually is kind of a small piece, and it makes it very easy to do. So I love it here.
Let's talk about the character. What kind of things are you exploring? What themes are you looking at being in Barbra Streisand's basement mall?
Alex is very similar to myself. He gets fired from Disney. I didn't get fired from Disney, but I worked for Disney for 3 years. He's basically, it's all about kind of finding what actually matters in life and making sure that you fight for what matters in life. So I mean, I don't want to spoil what kind of the story is about, but if you can kind of put two and two together about
gotcha.
living in this place or working in this place of enormous wealth and no financial constraints, and having this actor who basically is in the presence of an idol of his, dealing with what that actually means and working in a situation that maybe isn't ideal for him.
Seems
So
so
cool.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as Aaron said, you can catch this next week. A lot more shows. What's on the horizon for you after your summer in Aspen?
After this, I'm probably going to go back to New York and go back to auditioning because that's the life of an actor.
Yeah.
There's some chances I might go back to Disney for a little bit. We'll see. Hopefully I'll be back here next summer because I love it so much.
What's your role at Disney? This is like Swingers.
I know.
Remember
I'm
at
like, I
Swingers
want to
when-
hear this.
We actually, believe it or not, I'm actually not allowed to say
Oh, okay.
because it's a Disney thing, but
Gotcha.
I put on a lot of blue makeup and set off pyro effects. So
That sounds
take from that what you will.
And you also have a short film, right? Life
I
is
do,
Funny.
yeah.
Tell us a
Life
little
is
bit about
funny.
that.
It's about a chicken who loses his wife to a hit and run, and basically develops a fear of crossing the road. Leaves his house, leaves everything he's ever owned, and meets a fox, and they kind of develop a friendship and fall in love and stuff. It's about 50 minutes long, in some festivals around the country. So
That sounds awesome.
yeah, it's super cool, super funny.
It's about a chicken.
Yes.
I love it.
Good. Jeffrey, thank you so much for being
my
here.
pleasure, guys.
Everybody
Thanks for
get
having
out to
me.
Theatre Aspen next week. Check out Buyer and Cellar. It sounds hilarious. We're going to take a quick break. We're back to a lot more on the lift right after this.